Hello and welcome. It's Focus Card Sunday, January 5th, 2025, sorry. Um, this is Maureen Frank, the Mandala Lady. And today we'll be picking three cards to get insight and guidance as to how best to focus our energies this week, January 6th through January 12th, 2025. Okay, let's see which deck we're using. This one. Okay. We'll use the fire deck. Oh, yeah, it matches my top. I love when that happens. Okay, so I'm gonna get grounded. Okay, so I call in our teams of guides and angels with the intention of receiving insight and guidance as to how best to show up this week, January 6th through January 12th, 2025. And get the insight and guidance from three cards. One that will tell us what it is. The second card will give us more information, and the third one will give us insight on how best to do that, how best to show up. All right, we got our three cards here. Okay, so focus card for the week is center 36. When in doubt, go to the center. So, oh boy, yeah, I can use this definitely. Lately, I've been feeling a lot more stressed than usual, and I listened to a mindful meditation this morning that talked about pausing as part of mindfulness. Is before you can become present, you pause, and then that pause allows us to be present in the moment. Like, what am I feeling? What am I doing? Where am I? What am I seeing, hearing, tasting, whatever. So this week is, we're going to need a lot more of that this week. And these readings are intended for individuals, not as psychic reading or anything like that. This is meant for us, as part of our quest this year of inner harmony, finding peace, letting there be peace from within. So we start by being centered, seeing energy coming in and energy going out. So that's centered. Okay. Anything else on that? No. Oh, yeah. They do want to point out the use of the purple and a little bit of the red, but the purple and the blue, and that's the purple crown. In some circles, that's what the crown is, usually purple, and the third eye is the dark blue, and the red is the root chakra. Which, so these two areas are more above, and the root chakra is more about grounding, being present here in our body. So that's all happening in the background as part of us playing with being centered. Okay, what else can you tell us about that? Well, that makes sense. Aware, being aware. You have to be aware enough to know to pause. But let me see exactly what this one says. Be be aware in the moment, internally and externally. So, as part of getting centered, we have to be aware of what is our current state. What are we feeling right now in this moment? And in order to do that, we have to pause and then be aware and then allow ourselves to be centered. Anything more on that? Well, oh yeah. Yeah, and to me, this always looks like that it should be some kind of floaty sea creature, that there's not a rigid component on this body. It just floats and flows. And yes, do the same. We should do the same. Not should. We're being advised to do the same. All right. So how best to show up? Memories. Okay. Well, that's an interesting one. Oh, oh, is that right? Okay. Um, hold on a second. We are creating now as memories for, oh, what are we creating now as memories for your future self? What are you creating now? What is happening now that will be memories for your future self? Um, oh, yeah, hold on a second. But I feel like there's also another component. I'm going to touch on that in just a moment. But again, we got this floaty kind of, yeah, I was just looking at this card to see, not so much floaty, but it has, to me, it looks like birds flying into the center. But memories, and it's remembering who we are, reminding ourselves of who we are, and on some level, we all know all of this stuff. It's just a matter of reminding ourselves or remembering. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I need to be centered. Oh, that's right. I need to be aware. That's right. I need to. So so it's being reminded of this peaceful center, that at our core of our being, we're already perfect, beautiful, peaceful beings. And we've come into these human bodies and all hell broke loose. But as far as, but then as far as what the message that comes with the card is talking about, thinking about being aware of our future self, and what memories are we creating right now? What are we creating right now that will be memories to our future self? And and so by doing this centeredness and being aware, we're more yeah, and the reason why we want to be centered, so we are more likely to respond to what's going on around us rather than knee-jerk reacting. And by being in that state of being totally present and centered, will and in tune, um, through higher self and groundedness, that will receive the insight and guidance we need. It's already in us, and we'll know what's the next thing to do. While if we're busy reacting, then we'll do what we always did and get the same results. And that's defined as insanity. Okay. So what we're creating, so you can be thinking about that this week, that um, yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm thinking, will our future selves be glad we're doing what we're doing today? I think of it, this is really mundane, but so I always keep a pitcher of water with lemon juice in it, and invariably it goes down, and then there's only a little left, and it's usually by about 10 o'clock at night. And so, I don't feel like refilling it right now. I'll get it in the morning, and then I think, oh, but my morning self will be really glad that it's already in the refrigerator and cold, ready to drink. So I usually begrudgingly say, okay, I'm doing this for my future self. So think of it in those terms this week, that what we're doing now, what we're doing this week in this moment, we're doing it for our future self. And won't our future self be glad we did? Okay, anything else you want me to add to that? Oh, they said I covered all the bases. Okay. All right. That's it for this week. Later in the week, Thursday or Friday, depending on as the spirit moves me, I'll do another card pull reading. Until then, do take care. Bye bye.